She was one of the biggest stars on that team, and didn't start out that way because she was a freshman, and she came in on a very veteran, senior-heavy team that had just won 3 straight championships coming into that year. And she earned her way into the starting lineup probably, 5 or 6 games into the season. And then, ended up getting some pretty big honors at the end of the year along with the championship.
That year was a really interesting year for us because we had just transitioned from NAIA to NCAA. And you say our team was stacked, and we had, I'm biased, but probably one of the best teams that North Georgia's had is women's basketball. And so we won Peach Belt, but we couldn't go on to national championships. So Buffy did a really good job of making that year exciting for us, even though we couldn't actually win the title. So we still got rings, we still came back and cut down the net, which was always exciting. And there's pictures in Memorial Hall still from that year. So we had a really unique team. And a lot of that, I have to say, is Syretha coming in as a freshman.
We had, I think it was 5, maybe 6 seniors that year. And they all were great, big impact seniors. And I think they would all say the same thing, that Syretha was a huge impact on us winning. We couldn't go to the Peach Belt, but we won our conference.
So one of the first things that we used to do as athletes was this thing called Dog Week. And Dog Week is a week where prior to season, we go through all these training events. And that's really when you get the first taste of what's this freshman going to be cut out to do. And let me tell you, she would pick up those rucksacks and pick up the tree logs like us who have done this for 3 or 4 years, like she had been doing it for 4 or 5 years. So she just had that heart, that edge of just going after it, attacking it. Wasn't scared or intimidated of the challenge in front of her. She would just say, all right, this is our challenge that we call them beast events. This is what we've got to do. Let's pick it up and let's go. And she would get even the older group motivated to push themselves harder.
I cannot remember her taking a playoff in a game or a drill off at practice. That never happened. I can't think of a time. 100% all the time.
I think it was actually our second Peach Belt game ever, and we were on the road at USC Aiken, and we got down, because we didn't know where we were in the Peach Belt, good, bad, and we got down 18 points at halftime. And this was when Syretha still wasn't starting, and anyway, make a long story short, she got in and just took over. We ended up winning the game by like 12 or 14 points. And it was that big of a turnaround, and she made that big of a difference. And I think it was from that point on is when she pretty much didn't come out of the game. She started for us and just made a big difference.
She was just so determined. Just wherever that ball was, Syretha was there, and she wanted the ball on offense. She was small and she played in the post, but she could jump and she was aggressive and strong. And that's one thing, Syretha was so strong. We would work out and she would work out with the guys' team.
She set the standard, I feel like, for our team because of her talent and athleticism, but she had the intangibles to go along with that. And to me, that's rare to be able to have the whole package like that, to have high character and work ethic and discipline. So she had all of that really led the way for the rest of the team.
And we've talked about that, like how long we've been friends for now, and that we've never been mad at each other or anything. And it's got, a lot of it's her personality. She just, like I said, I call her every day and she's just like, hey, what are you doing? And her little girl, Jaden's always like, tell Auntie Diva I said hey. I'm like, how's she know I'm talking to you? And she's like, because you're the only person I talk to.
I expected her to be inducted at some point in my career here at North Georgia. I would expected to see her name come through the inductees. It's a well-deserved honor for her. She earned it, she worked hard for it, and I couldn't think of a better person to represent North Georgia women's basketball than Syretha.
Well, she's probably not going to want to talk about it, but I'm going to tell her congratulations and that she is 100% the most deserving person, and that I love her, and there's a ton of people that love her and a ton of people that look up to her still today.
Congratulations that she's the most deserving person that I know for it. She's the hardest working player that I ever played with, that I never saw her take a drill off, take a play off at practice or in a game. and that I'm blessed to have been her teammate and her roommate and her friend, and just honored to be able to say that I know her and played with her.
You know, Syretha, I'm so glad that, you know, so many years ago that you chose us, you chose North Georgia. You know, just everything that you went through when you were here, all the dog weeks and all the preseason conditioning, and you even being on our staff and helping us coach too. I mean, you put in your time, and you did so much for the program, and I'm so glad that we can give back to you now.
Everybody that meets her remembers her and has something special that they got from her. I think being a teammate, we got to see a lot of sides, whether it's on the court or in our apartment or on the bus or whatever. We're all better people and have something special in us just because we get to be her friend.